How do you like to finish the college basketball season paying under $30 per week? Between now and Selection Sunday on March 12th, there's still tons of regular season college basketball action to go. Plus, all of the conference tournaments and WagerTalk and Sports Memo are announcing their March Madness Bonanza special that will include the rest of the college basketball regular season, conference tournaments, NCAA tournament through the national championship, and any plays released in the NIT or CBI tournaments. That's right, from Monday, February 27th through Monday, April 3rd, there are 5 full weeks of hoops action, which breaks down to under $30 per week. Sign up for this promotion now on your favorite handicappers homepage and get the rest of the college basketball season through the national championship in Houston on Monday, April 3rd, plus all non-March Madness tourneys, including the NIT and CBI, all for only $149. That's under $5 a day for one of the best betting experiences in sports. Some call March Madness the most exciting time in sports betting, so act fast as the March Madness Bonanza special is only available for a limited time. Grab your favorite college basketball handicapper, or perhaps add 2 or 3 college hoops experts to make this March Madness not only exciting, but also profitable. No coupon is needed, just head to the homepage of the handicapper of choice and lock the $149 price in now. As the earlier you sign up, the more days you receive.
Hey guys, welcome in a very happy, what the hell is today? Thursday, yes it is. It is March 2nd, and we got some basketball on our minds. Big card not only in college, but we got 4 very interesting games in the association here tonight. We're going to try to make heads or tails of them, see if we can find a couple of best bets, and of course, we'll do it with 3 of look at this crew. Doesn't get any better than this, guys. I mean, look, we got Teddy Covers back in the saddle again. Up top with us here, Bryan Leonard hanging with us, as is our good friend from sportsmemo.com, the UCapper, Ronald Kabang. Gentlemen, happy Thursday to you. Not the biggest of cards here in the association, but plenty going on the hardwood across the board here, Teddy. Might there be something over at WagerTalk and/or sportsmemo.com that you got cooking for us tonight?
Yeah, I've got a couple of plays available for this evening, one in the college ranks, one in the NBA. I suspect you'll get the one in the NBA before this show is through. But if you want to get involved in college hoops for tonight, check out my page over at WagerTalk or sportsmemo.com. And better off, don't buy a play. Don't ever buy a play. Get involved with the long-term package. You can get every play between now and the end of March Madness. Just $149. It's like $30 a week for all the hoops in March, all the college hoops in March. You can check that out over at WagerTalk or sportsmemo.com.
Absolutely the best way to go here, guys, with those packages. Join on up, partner on up with these guys. Bryan Leonard, in addition to the hardwood, I would imagine the NHL tickles your fancy here tonight, maybe? What do you got rolling for us?
Yep, this is my final show of the day, so I can finally start to put something up if I see it. One NHL up, cashed 4% yesterday. We've got a nice 3% winner in the NHL today. And I can get back to looking to put up plays after the show, and hopefully we can get you some winners.
Love, love, love it. And UCapper, what's going on? Ronald Kabang here, host of Triple Double on Sports Memo as well, guys. You can always check that out over on the Sports Memo YouTube page, as well as the Wager Talk YouTube page every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what do you got rolling for us here tonight, man?
Yeah, we got some NBA going on over at sportsmemo.com. Got some props going as well. Just posted that right after, or actually right before the show today. So those are up and available over at sportsmemo.com. Hoping to right the ship here. Had a losing couple days, so trying to get back on track here.
All right. Well, listen, guys, we got 4 games here. We're going to start, of course, with the contrarian gods who have a game circled, and of course they do, because I mean, who in the hell is betting the San Antonio Spurs besides the contrarian gods here. But that's what they're doing now. Opened up at 4, now seeing 6s in the marketplace. But the contrarian gods say, hey, settle down, settle down. They did just bust out, what, an 0-16 slide with a win against Utah? So, Teddy, question is, how high are the contrarian gods right now, or do they have a point here?
I do not. I have learned from experience not to flip off the contrarian gods. We will not do that today. However, we will not agree with the contrarian gods on this one either. When you talk about spots that stand out, this is a spot in the NBA that stands out. You have a Spurs team that had lost 16 in a row and just found a team that's playing as bad as they are in Utah. And they caught Utah on a night where the Jazz weren't hitting shots. And they played 48 minutes of basketball. Greg Popovich, who spent all season talking about how his team's only playing 24 or 36 minutes. They played 48 minutes of basketball and beat Utah. They haven't played a home game in a month, all right, during the rodeo road trip. They're not a team that's really notching victories or trying to get victories. They're trying to get ping pong balls. And they're going to be missing, again, Pop playing a lot of, how do we phrase this politely? I don't care who plays tonight. We're just going to get guys some playing time. I mean, that's been the Spurs rotation for much of the season. They're going to be missing 4 contributors again this evening, including leading scorer Keldon Johnson, who's not going to go. There was concerns about Tyrese Halliburton. He still hasn't been upgraded to probable yet. The market seemed to think he's going to be in. And certainly Indiana without Halliburton is a very different team with him. But when you see the Pacers and the quotes coming out of Indiana, again, they won 3 of their last 4. The only loss coming in overtime at Boston after an extended period of really bad play. Miles Turner, quote, we're battling for a playoff spot. Our playoffs started right after the All-Star break. Every game matters for us. And I think we're going out there and playing like it. Indiana, not the easiest team to ask to win by margin on the highway, but I'm not convinced San Antonio. The teams that want to beat the Spurs are beating the Spurs and doing it by margin. I think the Pacers fall into that category, so I will not go contrarian with this one.
All right, contrarian gods, be damned here. You do have to like the spot here, though, Brian Leonard. I mean, Teddy's right. The Pacers, it feels right. The only thing that doesn't feel right is the fact that everyone feels right about the Pacers. So what are you thinking about this, Brian Leonard, tonight?
Well, Teddy, when I do the WagerTalk Today show, is always a contrarian to me and everybody else on the show. I finally get a chance to say something against his play. Are you aware the Indiana Pacers have gone 5-17, and now they're on the road after winning 2 road games, and they got to win by a margin here? Their best player, we don't know if he's going to play or not in tonight's game. And in all seriousness, those are things that I usually take a look at. And in fact, if you look at San Antonio, they haven't had a home game in a month. The last home game they had was on February 3rd. So it's been a full month since they've been able to come home and play in front of their home crowd. I think that makes a difference. I think it's important for them in that regard. Now, normally, when it's your first game back home, I want to fade that team. But keep in mind, even though they haven't played a home game in a month, the All-Star break was just a week ago. So they've only played 3 games since then, all on the road, Dallas, Utah. It's a situation for me where they didn't travel very much and they're back home now. And it's not like, as I said, it's not like they haven't been at home for a month. They have been home for the All-Star break. So this line continues to go up. I may have some interest in this because it's obviously contrarian play and nobody wants anything part of them. And if you bet the NBA at any time in your career, those are the games that you want. When nobody wants a team, those are the teams that cash. I'll take the San Antonio.
I love Brian knows better. If we all agree on Indiana, then we all have to play San Antonio anyway. So you're off the hook, kabang. Brian saved you here. What do you think about this matchup here?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be agreeing with Brian here. It might be just because we're wearing both orange, but the Pacers here, if we're looking at, especially if Halliburton is out, I looked at the Pacers without Halliburton. They're 2-10 straight up, 3-9 against the spread. they're losing by an average margin of almost 10 points, like nine point something per game here. And even just on the Spurs side here, if you look at them in non-conference games, following a win, surprisingly, they're 4-1 against the spread in these games, actually winning 3 out of those 5 games as well. Now, those were much larger spreads here, but I just don't know if the Pacers can do anything really without Halliburton. So he's going to be the big piece here as far as whether you want to fade him or play with them. But the other thing to mention is the Pacers on at least the third game of a road trip, so at least playing 3 road games in a row. They're 3-8 straight up, 4-7 against the spread. And this is their third game of a 4-game road trip. So this is a spot that they don't really like traveling out here for multiple games in a row. If you include that they're facing a team with a losing record as well, they're under their team total in 4 of those games. So they're not playing well offensively in those spots either. So I would say I'm not going to put my money on it, but I won't go against the contrarian gods here today.
Damn evil, and you know it here. All right, Teddy, I'm proud of you, man. You're the only one that stuck the finger up at the contrarian gods. Outstanding here. But I will say, when I listen to all 3 of you, I'm just going to take the over. Screw it with the side. All right, let's go on here, guys. One more time. We've got another game here tonight we're going to focus our attention on, as is most of the betting public, as Dallas at home taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. 3 is what we're seeing now, total 229. This is going to be a 7:30 tip there in Dallas. Let's say a second of a back-to-back. Philly goes to Miami, handles business, but they did it without Embiid. So that should mean they're getting him back tonight, right? Right? Yeah, go figure. Teddy, when you look at this game here, we know Dallas has got some issues, certainly defensively here. Do you give them enough credit to be able to bounce back and beat a Sixers team on the second of a back-to-back?
No. Philly's been really good on the second of back-to-backs. 6-2 straight up, 6-2 against the spread. But more than anything, look, I'll call myself a Mavs apologist when they got Kyrie Irving. I said, this is going to work fine. Okay, this is what they wanted. Jason Kidd is going to be great. They've got 2 ISO players. So far, it has not worked fine, really, on either end of the court for Dallas. There is clearly going to be some growing pains here. We're seeing them already. One of the things that I disagreed with Bryan and Ronald talking about Indiana against San Antonio is they're giving out numbers from a team that isn't there anymore. The Pacers without Halliburton versus with Halliburton are 2 very different teams. And the market's telling us that Halliburton's supposed to play tonight. So I understand that their long-term track record over the last couple of months has been lousy, but it's been good with Halliburton in the lineup. We look at Dallas. It doesn't matter if they have Kyrie Irving or not. They have been dismal, not bad, dismal as home chalk all year long. How about this? Laying -3 or higher with the Mavs this year. 33 games. They're 9-23-1 against the spread, and that's continued since Kyrie got there. So we have Philly with Embiid likely to play, with a winning record on the second of back-to-backs. They're the better of these 2 teams anyway. Dallas is struggling. Dallas has failed repeatedly in this point spread range. Yeah, Sixers are pass for this bet.
All right, Sixers or pass. I believe Maxi Kleber back here tonight as well. Maybe a little bit of help here for the depth for Dallas. Brian Leonard, does it really make a damn bit of difference? Because who's playing D? How many stops are they getting anyway here tonight? Oh, is this the mime portion of the show? Look at what you did to him, Teddy. You left him speechless with that counter. Unmute your mic. There you go. You left him speechless, Teddy.
My cat started making its noises, so I had to mute it. Yeah, I knew that. It was on the hockey show and everything. What's that noise?
What the?
Okay. Well, now that we're back, I got to first off, I got to say, Teddy, you don't got to have the last line. And now every conversation we have here, your time is up. It's time for somebody else to speak. Okay. But I agree with a lot of what Teddy says here. And I'm not a fan of this trade of Irving coming to Dallas. You got 2 of the 5 worst defensive guards in the NBA playing the starting backcourt, playing 35 minutes a night. That's not a recipe for success. If Embiid plays here, I will probably play the Philadelphia 76ers team total over. Problem is we haven't heard for sure if he's going to play or not. But I agree with Teddy. Dallas is not a team I want to lay points with. And right now, when was the last time Irving was on a team that made us some money? I mean, it's a constantly, whoever he is on, he gets the worst out of his teammates. I don't like him, and he won me a championship for Cleveland, my only championship in my life. But still, I don't want that guy on my team, and I don't think Dallas is that excited about having him right now either. So I like the Philadelphia side here, but if I get the big guy playing, I'm going to be on the Philadelphia team total over in this game.
So we have, I guess at the fourth, I guess probable is now the new tag here for Embiid. So we'll see if, but what the hell does that mean in this NBA there, you capper? Everyone's probable till 5 minutes before tip, and they're like, nope, not probable tonight here. They're very much out. So what do you think, though, with Embiid on the floor? Let's assume that happens. Is it a Sixers play for you?
Yeah, I think just like Teddy, it's Sixers or nothing here. I do expect Embiid to play. I heard a report earlier this morning that he's going to be sitting out on the first leg of back-to-back games, and then playing the next game. So I mean, I do expect him to play today, and also the fact that he got upgraded to probable is a good sign as well. Obviously, we never know with today's NBA, but I do expect him to play. And I think Teddy mentioned this too on the second leg of back-to-back games. Sixers are 6-2 straight up and against the spread. If we look at the average scoring in those games, the Sixers are averaging 107.8 and allowing 104.1. Slow-paced games, defensive games on both sides of the ball. I'm expecting that type of game here against the Mavericks. I know the Mavericks haven't been playing the best defense ever since they picked up Kyrie, but it's something that they need to work on, and something that they're probably going to be focusing in on for the remainder of the season if they want to get into the playoffs here and go deep into the playoffs if they want to. But other things than that, second leg of back-to-back games, if we include that the Sixers are on the road, they're 4-1 straight up and to the under in those games as well. The one game that they did lose, they didn't have Embiid, Maxey, or Harden. I expect all of them in this lineup today. The other thing to mention as well on the Mavs side, they have yet to cover as non-conference home favorites this season, 0-8-1 in that spot. So I'm expecting that. I can't talk Brian off of that Sixers over team total as well. There's a lot going on, but most things are pointing towards the Sixers. Even if the Sixers go over their team total, this might be a spot where the Mavericks don't hit their team total and it goes overall under. That's what I could see as well.
All right, intriguing. Not a whole lot of crazy market movement one way or the other today with this game. You think we would have seen a little reaction one way, either side or total, but for the most part, pretty stagnant here with the spread and the total throughout the day. We'll see if that changes coming up here. Although did the cat have something to add, Brian, or should we? All right, we'll move on. Let's go here. Let's check it out. It's time for our overtime segment. And of course, we'll focus on the total in this one tonight. And great late night, 10 o'clock Eastern time tip here for the Clippers and Warriors. Wow, speaking about where has the defense gone? The Clippers, they get Russell Westbrook, and now all they do is run, Teddy. Run. They don't want to get any stops. They just want to score. They can't stop anybody. They're on the road against the Warriors. I don't think they've won a game yet, have they, since the break? So they've come close. But again, they can't stop anybody. So are they going to stop the Warriors tonight scoring? Should we be looking at the under in this one?
They stayed under by 22 points in their last game. Minnesota stayed under their team total number. It was Eclipse just going to hit a shot in that ball game. That was a big factor in the equation. But it wasn't like Minnesota went over their team total in that contest. And when we look at the Warriors, they played 4 games since the All-Star break. Under. 2 of them by double digits. I don't want over in this one, especially because we have a Clips team. The intensity is I expect to be there this evening. They're talking the talk. We'll talk about that a little bit more when it comes to best bet time. I do think the side is the better play here as opposed to the total. But from a total standpoint, I'm in no rush to play this one over. It'd be under or pass. for this better. Two teams who I trust on the defensive end of the court, even though the results haven't quite been what we might have thought they would be initially with Westbrook in the line.
So a update here. Marcus Morris Sr. as well as Zubac are both questionable here tonight for the Clippers. Draymond looks to be active. Still no Wiggins, and of course Curry is almost ready to roll. So for the most part, we get what we have gotten from this Warriors team here as far as personnel goes there, Brian Leonard, over the last couple of weeks. What do you think of this one? The market has been crashing to the under. Are you in agreement with that?
I think it's down low enough on the under now. There, I think some value here on the over. If you take a look at the two meetings this year, 231, 258. The 258 was just like a couple weeks ago. And now the Clippers have the point guard they wanted, and they'll be running a little bit more. Golden State's a team that likes to run. A lot of young players out there for Golden State right now. So I kind of like the over now at this point. It might have been a little bit too high when it came out, but now I think there's some value in that since it's been bet down. So I'll take it. I'll take this game over. I agree with Teddy where I think it's going to be an important game for both teams, but both teams do best scoring wise as opposed to playing defense, at least in my regard at this point. So I agree with the over here.
Big shout out, by the way. I just want to make sure I get this correct. John Finley in the chat room, busting out Westbrook, and fantastic, my friend. Perfect spot for that. Anytime Russell Westbrook kabang gets on the court, he's a killer. What do you think though here tonight? You think we're gonna get points, or are you with Brian here that maybe this thing has gone too far down? Time to start looking back up and over in this one.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked the under at the open 235, but at 231 and a half, it is getting pretty close to the number that I would have expected it to be. To me, I'm looking at the Warriors here as home dogs. They are 4-0 to the under in that spot. One thing that I looked at specifically though was the Warriors without Curry and Wiggins. They're 8-1 straight up, 7-1 against the spread, 7-2 to the under. They're averaging 119.2 per game, allowing 111.8 per game. That's really close to where the total is now. I think that's a combined 231 right there. So yeah, really close to where the number is right now. One thing that I do think that why I think it could still go under with this number is because I think the Clippers are starting to feel that sense of urgency on their side. As road favorites, they've been pretty much an over team this season, but towards the end of this season here, they're really wanting to get themselves in better position in the playoffs. They're also in a bad streak right now. They've lost 3 in a row since coming with Westbrook, and I think they want to right the ship, and I think that's going to start with defense here. So I would still look towards the under. Obviously, I would have taken it a lot, been more confident with the 235 open number, but really tight here. I would still lean towards the under.
All right, we got a couple unders. We got somebody leaning to the over. It is certainly going to be an interesting matchup here tonight, late night, with the final game on the slates. But now it is time to figure out what the best bets are. All right, you guys know how it works. We'll throw 60 seconds up on the clock. All you guys got to do is, well, whatever the hell you want. Just give us a best bet here, Teddy. Where are you on this limited card tonight? You hinted towards it. Give me that best bet here tonight. Where are you looking?
Oh, we got to go out to San Francisco and take a look at the LA Clippers minus the 3.5 against the Golden State Warriors. I don't know how to say this other than that. I'm not a Warriors believer right now. Not without Curry, not without Wiggins. They are a flawed team, a mediocre basketball team who's being priced, obviously, tonight as home dogs. The markets are telling us who the right side is in this ballgame. And I know they've won and covered, 4 in a row at home, beating the Wizards, the Rockets, the T-Wolves, and the Blazers, none of whom play defense like the LA Clippers. And I know the Clippers didn't play a whole lot of defense in that first game against Sacramento. I know they had some issues against a really good offensive Nuggets team. Last time out, we saw the right things from the Clips on the offensive end. Russell Westbrook, I'm not one bit worried. We have an unbelievably talented group in this locker room, and we know what we have. I agree. Clips by margin in San Francisco. And I think they will win this one comfortably against the Warriors.
All right. Like it. Market certainly heading in that direction. And boy, the Clippers would love to see that happen here. Brian Leonard, 60 seconds on the clock. Which one of these games are you leaning towards here tonight?
Well, first of all, I've got one play today up in hockey. It's up on the site. I think that might be all I have today. We'll have to see. I don't think I'm going to get involved with the NBA today. So if you're looking for NBA action, I would look up for each of these gentlemen, check out their websites. But I'll go with the Philadelphia 76ers team total here. You've got a team that I believe is the clearly better team in this situation. And I don't like the Dallas defense at all. I don't like the Dallas team at all. I think there was a mistake when they signed Irving, and it's something I'm looking to avoid right now. I'm either playing against them or I'm betting the overs anytime they play. It's been working out pretty good so far. So give me Philadelphia team total over, and that's the best of the small card that I have today.
All right. Don't hate it there. Philly, the Sixers up and over that team total, and it looks like Embiid is a go here tonight. So you capper Ronald Kabang over at sportsmemo.com, my friend. Which one of these games are you focusing on for us here tonight?
Yeah, I'm going back to that ugly Spurs and Pacers game here. I'm going to focus in on the total, not the side. I actually like the under. I know you mentioned during that breakdown you like the over, Joe, but I actually like the under here. Teddy mentioned that San Antonio rodeo road trip. I looked at how that has been going for the Spurs. Since 2014, they've gone under in 8 straight games by nearly double digits in every game after following 8 straight road games, and that's how that road trip goes. They went under in 8 straight. I think 4 or 5 of them they've gone under the total by about 20 points. So I think that trend continues here. The Pacers also, like I talked about earlier, they don't do well in the road trip, and specifically when they face teams with a losing record, they've allowed their opponents to go under their team total in 23 out of 31 games. I also expect the Pacers to struggle offensively, especially without Halliburton. So to me, everything's looking towards the under in this one.
All right. Yeah, I saw 240 last night, and that's obviously come down. So the market in agreement with you there, you capper the under in that Indiana-San Antonio game, which is exactly where his best bet is. Under 237 and a half right now for Ronald Kabang. Catch him over at sportsmemo.com. You can also catch Teddy over at sportsmemo.com and or wagertalk.com. He likes the Clippers laying the 3.5 here tonight. Thinks it's the right side going up against Golden State. In fact, he convinced me. I'm looking at the alternate market right now because I may lay 7, Teddy. Thanks for talking me into that. We also have Brian Leonard, though. He, in addition to his NHL best bet on his page at WagerTalk, he leaned in Philadelphia team total over 113 here tonight. And it does look like Embiid is a go after taking the night off last night. So any which way you cut it here, guys, plenty of opportunities on the hardwood here tonight, not just in the association, but of course, college hoops too. Plenty going on. It's getting good. Love this time of year in March. Now would be the time to visit. Teddy covers. Brian Leonard, UCapper, Mr. Ronald Kabang over at sportsmemo.com. Hop on board, guys. Team up with him over the next 28, 29 days. Man, there's a lot of tickets to be cashed here. Join up, partner up with him, and make plans to come back. And join us again tomorrow. We got a full card here in the association. We'll have those games for you. Want to send a big shout out to the entire chat room there. Starchild in the house. Slick Vic, catch you slipping. All you guys, appreciate you hanging out with us. Don't forget, coming up tonight, in fact, 6 o'clock Eastern time, live here on Wager Talk's YouTube page. Wager Talks TV, we are going to have another edition of Last Call. So Megan Payton will be in the seat, and she will be joined by a number of these guys taking last-minute questions, last-minute line movement, any of those things. Feel free, guys, to hang out with us 6 o'clock Eastern time tonight there for Last Call. And on behalf of Teddy, and Ronald Kabang and Brian Leonard. We appreciate the time, guys. Either way, best of luck with all the plays tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good luck.
How do you like to finish the college basketball season paying under $30 per week? Between now and Selection Sunday on March 12th, there's still tons of regular season college basketball action to go. Plus, all the conference tournaments and WagerTalk and Sports Memo are announcing their March Madness Bonanza special that will include the rest of the college basketball regular season, conference tournaments, NCAA tournament through the national championship, and any plays released in the NIT or CBI tournaments. That's right, from Monday, February 27th through Monday, April 3rd, there are 5 full weeks of hoops action, which breaks down to under $30 per week. Sign up for this promotion now on your favorite handicappers homepage and get the rest of the college basketball season through the national championship in Houston on Monday, April 3rd, plus all non-March Madness tourneys, including the NIT and CBI, all for only $149. That's under $5 a day for one of the best betting experiences in sports. Some call March Madness the most exciting time in sports betting, so act fast as the March Madness Bonanza special is only available for a limited time. Grab your favorite college basketball handicapper, or perhaps add 2 or 3 college hoops experts to make this March Madness not only exciting, but also profitable. No coupon is needed. Just head to the homepage of the handicapper of choice and lock the $149 price in now. As the earlier you sign up, the more days you receive.